All right. So we're going to start with your knees out in front of you with a nice little mobility warm-up here. So feet in front of you. Can lean back a little bit if you want to, and your knees are open just a little bit wider than your hips, okay? We're going to start by dropping your knees to one side and kind of pressing that hip down, that knee down, and then reversing, dropping to the other side. Good. Lift and drop to one side. Lift and drop to the other side. And again, what might happen during this is you might feel yourself kind of rocking forward a little bit. We're going to add the upper body here. So we're going to lift and drop the knees to this one side, and then we're going to rotate the other direction and reach, feeling that nice twist. Lift and drop the knees to the other side and rotate toward the feet. Feel that stretch in the side of your hips. Rotate the knees to one side, your upper body to the other. You might find, like me, one side goes a little better than the other. What's up with that? Rotate and drop. This one's easy for me. My knees go this way, my upper body goes the other, and this one just doesn't go down. That's okay. Now I'm going to change that again. You're going to drop your knees to one side. You're going to rotate your body to that same side. This time, walk your hands a little bit away, trying to push this outside hip down, giving yourself a nice little stretch here. Just going to make sure I stay on track. Good, and then we'll come the other way. Rotate your knees to the other side. Rotate your upper body to that side, and walk your hands a little bit away, stretching. Oh, it feels good, doesn't it? Now, this will be a good warm-up to come back to. Say you can't get back in for a workout tomorrow, or you want to sleep in a little bit because it's another rainy day. This will be a really good warm-up to come back to. Rotate this way because it'll get you moving a little bit. It's dynamic. It's going to get your spine rotating around itself. Good. One more time. Come up and rotate. Good. Now we're going to walk up to a somewhat standing position, but not really. I'm going to still stay low. So I'm going to walk my feet out nice and wide, a little wider than my shoulders even. I'm not going to worry about standing all the way up here because I just want you to lunge out to one side, turn your knees and toes to me, and lunge out to the other side. And I want this to be gentle. So it doesn't have to be way down low, and we're not going to do this thing where we slide through the middle right now because that's just mean. We're not really warmed up yet. You're going to kind of come up, but you're keeping a nice flat back here. Your core is engaged. Your knee is pressing forward. Your hip is pressing back on one side. Just feeling this nice inner thigh stretch, and then come back over to your left. Same thing, nice inner thigh stretch. Good, come back over. Abs are nice and tight, strong, and connected through. And one more to your left. Good, now we're going to add a little thoracic twist. And again, we're keeping this gentle. So you're going to reach over to your right. Now take your left hand down to the floor and just give your body a nice twist toward that left knee, your right knee, excuse me. Good, and then just to kind of mix it up a little, reverse your hands and twist the other way. Just feel how that changes the stretch. Your left leg is still straight out here. Good, now we're going to come over, lunge to your left. Your right leg is straight now. You're going to put your right hand on the floor and rotate. Good, now switch. Put your left hand on the floor and rotate. Good, bring it up and we'll go back to the right. Good, right hand on the floor. Left hand, rotates. Switch, right hand on the floor, rotate. And last time over to your left. Good, right hand on the floor, rotate to that left leg. And switch, left hand on the floor and rotate away. Good, from here we're gonna go right into a nice little shell stretch. So you're gonna drop your hips back toward your heels and round your spine. Belly button in. I'm gonna just rotate this way. It's a little easier for me to see. Your arms are reaching away from you and you're pushing away from the floor, pressing your hips back. And I'm gonna have your toes tucked here because we're gonna go from this forward So from here, I want you to reach those hands as far away from you as you can. Draw your shoulder blades down. You're going to press your hips forward toward the mat, coming into a little extension, opening out. Engage your glutes to press your hips down. Think of up stretch on the Pilates reformer, where you're lengthening the back of your body and the back of your neck, and you're not compressing the low back. Drop your hips back, round your spine, belly button in. Push back away from that floor. Inhale, come forward. Press the hips down, articulate the spine up, and open out. Exhale, drop your head, round your spine, pull back. Inhale, come forward, articulate the spine, up, open into extension. Exhale, drop the head, round the spine, roll it back. Inhale, come forward one more time. Exhale, one last shell stretch here. Hold the shell stretch. I want you to flip your feet so that they're flattened over and drop your hips back toward your heels even a little further. Let's take both arms and walk them to one side of your mat. Still reaching your hip back, I want you to feel this nice stretch, and you can take the top arm over. Do this nice stretch up the side of your back here with your spine laterally flexing. Good, back through center. Just walk the hands through center. Feel that shell stretch. Settle. And walk the arms the other side of your mat, bringing that top arm over slightly, feeling that stretch all the way up your side. Stay here for a breath, and we'll go back around to the other side. Come through center, all the way over to one side of your mat, dropping your hips back, feeling that stretch in the side of the body. Last one, come through center, and release. Good. From here, come back to center. I'm going to have you shift up so you're on your hands and knees, on all fours. So I'm going to have you start with whichever knee is closest to me. It doesn't really matter. You're going to do them both. Check in with your body here. So think of swimming prep when we do this. We're not letting the shoulders sink. We're not pushing them away. We're not letting your shoulders creep to your ears. And you don't want to feel like you're letting the arms do all the work. You want to feel like you're supporting in your whole core. We're going to pick up one knee, and we're going to draw a big circle with it without rotating the whole body all around. So you're going to pick up that knee, try to keep your spine in place, do a big circle with the knee and come back through center. Pick it up, do a big circle back and bring it through center. Exhale up, bring it through center and down. Try to keep your arms evenly balanced. Open it up. One more time, open it up. Good, now reverse that. You're going to lift it up, circle it forward and down. Good, feel that nice rotation through that whole socket, but keeping your torso and your core really nice and still. 2 and 1. Good, release that down. We'll just switch right to the other side. You know what's happening now. Check in with the body. Lift that knee up, circle back, and rotate down. Try to keep your spine nice and still as you circle through. Lift up, open out, and circle through. Lift up, open out, and circle. Lift up, open out, and circle, and reverse. Lift it up, open it out, and circle forward. Circle back, around, and forward. Trying to keep your torso and your spine nice and still. 2 more. Circle it out. 1 more. Circle it out, and nice little release here. Relax those wrists if you want to for a second. You can rotate them over. Just reversing the stretch. Keep in mind, if you'd like to be on fists here, you could. If you want to roll up your mat and have your hands up on the mat, you could. We're going to add on here. So now I want you to open your knees out, still the hip distance apart. Bring your toes onto the floor behind you so that you're able to lift the knees off the floor. We're going to progress this into little steps. So you're going to take a nice inhale. You're going to exhale, lift the knees up off the floor. Hold that nice back in neutral. Step 1 foot forward, slightly on the floor, your upper body shifts. Now step it back. Find the neutral. Your knees are still hovering. Step the other foot forward. Your whole body shifts forward with it. Step it back. So it's just one little step. Forward with one foot. Bring it straight back. Forward with the other foot. Notice your shoulders and your hips don't move. You're just gliding forward. Now, as your right foot steps forward, your left hand steps forward. And then you step back, everything underneath. Step the left foot forward, the right hand. Step back, everything underneath. Right foot, left hand. step back. Left foot, right hand. Step back. At any point, you can take a little break here if you need to. No pain, right? Opposite hand, opposite foot, and step it back. Opposite hand, opposite foot, and step it back. You should feel your thighs waking up, your core, and step back. And step back. One more each side. Exhale, and step back. Exhale, and step back. Set your knees. Flip your feet over and shift. Nice shallow stretch. Again, you can release the hands and let them float over if you want to, stretching those wrists. Okay, we're going to change this up a little bit just to give your wrists a nice break. I want you to turn onto your side and face me. We're going to come down into a low plank, which is right on your elbow. Now, I'm going to take my mat and just give it a couple folds here because I'm on a wood floor, so it can be really uncomfortable on my elbow. But if you wanted to grab a pillow or a pad, I have these blocks here that sometimes can be great. That's great. And you're going to line up your bottom knee, your bottom hip, and your shoulder with your knees bent and your knees stacked. Beautiful. From there, you're going to lift into your side plank. Good. Now, you're going to keep the knees stacked here for a second, abs nice and tight and strong. I'm just going to walk you through this motion. I'm going to reach your top arm forward. This bottom shoulder, if I need to commit just a bit, this bottom shoulder is going to stay pretty much right here over my elbow. Shoulder away from the ear, nice side plank, I'm lifted. I'm going to be shifting my hips backwards toward my fireplace and then shifting them forward toward the front of my mat. But I'm not going to let my hips sink to the floor at any point. They're staying up, lifted. As I do that, I'm going to reach this arm, and then I'm going to bring it in. Now, I'm going to add a little knee lift here just for fun. So pick up this top knee. It's just going to stay right there, hovering over the bottom. You're going to shift your hips backwards, then shift them forward. Shift back, and imagine you're pulling a cable right to your side. Shift back 3, and come forward. Shift back 4, and come forward. Shift back 5, and come forward. Shift back 6, and come forward. Shift back 7, and come forward. One more. That glute is squeezing to press you forward. Lower that knee, release it. We're going to stretch. Bring this arm straight either across the body for a release right here. If it's comfortable for you, the arm can come over the head for the release here. Good, and we're going to reverse right to the other side. So you can feel free if you wanted to let yourself turn with your back to me. I don't mind. But if you want to stay facing me, flip to your other side. Good, same thing. I'm going to just roll up my mat, bring my elbow, giving that other arm a nice break here. Stack the knees. Beautiful, lift from that waist. Make any adjustments that I need to. This arm can reach straight ahead. Good, so you're gonna let that top knee lift. It's hovering. Remember, you could back off any part of this exercise. The hips shift back away and you pull in for 1. Shift back, pull up for 2. Shift back, pull for 3. Shift back, pull for 4. Shift back, press that hip forward 5. Shift, press for 6. Shift back, press for 7. Shift back, press for 8, hold it there, release it back. Set the hips down again, come up, stretch this arm across, or if it's comfortable, bring it right overhead. Okay. We're gonna go back to the other side. So, back to this other side. This time, our legs are going to be coming out straight. So we're going back to the first side. We're going to take our legs and extend them so that we're in one line from the heels through the hips to the shoulder. Now, keep in mind, you could go back, keep the knee on the floor. That's going to put less pressure on your shoulder here if you want to do that. So this bottom knee would stay bent and top leg can straighten out. Dealer's choice, right? Whatever's right for your body. Remember, nothing should be through pain because if you're doing it through pain, you're not gaining strength. You're only making yourself hurt. Okay, so I'll start with that bottom knee down and then progress it to the bottom knee straight if I want to. you want to do it that way. So you take your choice. We're going to start by lifting the hip up. The leg could be straight. I'm going to start with the knee up. This top arm can stay right here or on the floor like a little kickstand in front of you as you need to. We're going to take this top leg and lift it right here, okay? Now we're keeping the hips stacked, keeping that bottom leg pressing, keeping your waist lifted. You're going to pull this knee forward and then reach it back. Pull it forward in front of you and then reach it out. Pull it forward in front of you and reach it out. 3. Pull it forward. 4, and reach it out. You can point forward and flex, push with the heel back, and think of pushing gently behind you, just a little bit, but don't let your waist change. Don't let your pelvis change. 2 more. Reach it forward and press behind you slightly. Reach it forward. Now press behind you slightly and hold it there. Take it, and I want you to give a little pulse up to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set everything down. Lift it up. And again, give this bottom arm a break, either by stretching across or above the head. Getting the stretch into this side here as well. Good. We're going to switch sides. So again, giving that top side a break. Bottom side starts. And again, I'll keep the knee down because that's how it went on the other side, but you can straighten out that bottom leg if you want more of a challenge. I meant to straighten it out, but I didn't, so I'll work to stay even here. You feel free to do the same. It's not less work, right? Lift that hip, hold right there. Abdominals tight, shoulders stacked. You can reach this arm up or keep it like a kickstand under you if you want to. Take that top leg. It's about parallel to the floor. The knee is going to come forward, and then you're going to press it back. Knee forward and press back for 2. Knee forward. Try to keep your torso nice and still. Press back for 3. Knee forward. Press back for 4. Knee forward. Press back for 5. Knee forward. Press back for 6. Knee forward. Press back for 7. Knee forward. Press it back, and you're going to hold it there, and the abs are tight. You're going to press it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then set down. Woo! And nice release, either across, still stretching the side, or overhead. Excellent. All right, I'm going to fast forward just a little bit here onto your back. So you're coming onto your back all the way down. Working more directly into the core now, even though that's still core work, right? Shoulders and back especially. We're going to bring the legs up to a 90-degree angle. I'm going to have you keep your head on the floor here, so don't worry. Just listen to what I'm telling you and you'll be okay. Your shoulders are down on the floor, your head is down on the floor, your arms are relaxed by your side. Legs are just a little bit apart, so there's a little space, and you're hopefully in a comfortable about 90-degree position. I want you to connect your core down toward the mat. So think of lifting through the pelvic floor, drawing your belly button in, and a light imprint here is fine. Head staying down on the floor. Your back is compressing, and you're knitting all of these muscles together. We're going to lower just one leg down. I don't care which one you pick. Now, it only goes as far as you can keep your back in the same position, and then you bring it back up for 8. You're going to lower it down. Bring it back up for 7. And there's no movement here in your torso. Bring it back up for 6. Lower down. This other leg is staying nice and still. Up for 5. Lower down. Up for 4. And it doesn't have to hit the floor. Lower down. Up for 3. Lower down. Use the exhale for 2. Lower down. Exhale for 1. Now other leg. Inhale down. Exhale up for 1. It might feel a little bit different on this side. Up for 2. Inhale down. Up for 3. Inhale down. Inhale down. 2 more. 1 more. Staying right here. Go back to that first leg. You're going to lower it down, and you're going to bring it back up for 6. Lower it down. Bring it up for 5. Lower it down. Bring it up for 4. Lower it down. Bring it up for 3. Lower it down. Bring it up for 2. I'm laughing because my husband is trying to get my dog to go outside. My dog is pretending like he doesn't hear him. Switch sides. Lower. Exhale up for 1. Lower. Exhale up for 2. No movement in your core. You feeling it? Fire. 3. It's staying nice and stable. 2. 1 more. Guess what? We have 4 on the first side. Down, inhale. Exhale up for 4. Down, inhale. Exhale up for 3. Down, inhale. Squeeze it up for 2. Your back is staying super strong and controlled for 1. The other side, one more time. Down for 4. Exhale. Down for 3. Exhale it up. Down for 2. Exhale it up. Last one. Exhale it up. And I just want you to relax those knees into your chest for a second. So you might have felt a lot of hip flexor on that. It's okay if you did. It's also okay if you did not. If you only felt core working, that's also okay. But the nice thing about that is we can really work the core and work the stability without working the neck and the shoulders, right? And with zero flexion in the upper body. So just keep that in mind when we do our little series in a minute. The head can stay down. You don't have to worry. Place your feet on the floor about hip distance apart. And we want just ASIS distance, so that means like a fist or 2 between your knees. That's all. Legs stay like 11s, head stays down. Pick up your toes off the floor. So your heels are going to stay pressing. We're going to go right into a glute bridge with no articulation. So we're going to squeeze straight up with the whole torso. Knees and toes going straight ahead. Abs are tight, shoulders relaxed and down. If you want a little more out of this, the arms can come up like you're holding a giant roll of paper towels right over your chest. Lower the hips to come down, and exhale, we're going to squeeze up for 8. Lower to go down, squeeze up for 7. Lower, almost touch the hips to the floor, and then squeeze up for 6. Lower, inhale, squeeze up for 5. Lower, inhale, squeeze up for 4. Lower, inhale, squeeze up for 3. Lower, inhale, squeeze up. Lower, inhale, stay up here. Now, you're going to rotate both legs out away from each other. Rotate them back straight ahead. Lower your hips and lift them up. Rotate the legs out, rotate them back, and lower down and lift up. Rotate out, rotate to neutral, lower and lift. Rotate open, rotate to parallel, lower and lift. Lateral, parallel, lower and lift. Turn out, back to parallel, lower and lift. Turn out, back to parallel, lower and lift. Abs are tight. If there's any pain in the back, connect that core a little tighter if you need to. Take the arms out of it. Lift up 2. Now the next one, we're going to stay up here. Hold it up. Abs nice and tight. Legs only. Out and in for 8. Out and in for 7. Out and in for 6. Out and in for 5. Glutes are squeezing 4. Out and in 3. Out and in 2. Out and in for 1. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Roll the spine down. Lengthen through 1 vertebrae at a time. And release to your neutral. Once again, you can stretch the legs out if you want to. Stretch the arms up overhead. Excellent. Bend those knees back in. Abs nice and tight. Now, you can find a neutral in your spine and pelvis and stay there through the next little series. Feel free. Take a nice inhale. Stay connected. Bring one leg to tabletop and then the other. Head, neck, and shoulders can stay down. Or if you want to, add a nice little bit of flexion here, just coming up, controlling through the core. Abs nice and tight and strong. Single leg, one leg goes out and the pelvis doesn't move and the back doesn't move. Inhale to switch, exhale. Inhale to switch, exhale. Inhale to switch, exhale. Inhale, 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 switch, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Last set. Inhale, switch, exhale. Inhale, switch, exhale. Now, stay right here. Bring the knees together. Squeeze them. The toes could even tap down on the floor here. Your upper body is in flexion. You're going to twist to one side with the upper body only. Come to center. Inhale. Twist to the other side. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Nice twist. Center. Inhale. Exhale. Nice twist. Center. Inhale. Now just adding one leg. You twist. Bring that knee up. Center. Inhale. Twist. Bring the other knee up. Your pelvis is evenly weighted behind you on the mat. Bring it back. Exhale. Twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center, exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale, feeling that core fire. Your neck is not feeling tension, right? Add it on. Let's pull it and twist. Stay here. Straighten it, bend it, and come back to center. Pull it and twist. Stay here. Straighten it, bend it, and come back to center. Pull and twist. Straighten, bend, center, inhale. Center, inhale. Exhale, center, inhale. Extend, center, inhale. Extend, yes. Feel that core yet? Extend, center, inhale. Last two. Extend, bend, inhale. Last one. Extend, bend, inhale, center. Give the upper body a little break here. Let's just stretch the legs, stretch the arms. Feel that stretch through center. Good. Hello, puppy. What you got? All right, legs extend out. Let's bend those knees just a little bit. Bring the knees and toes and feet together. Engage the core. Reach the fingertips towards your knees. Belly button into your spine. Imprint so all of your spine is down onto the mat. Lengthen through one vertebrae at a time. Hopefully you can keep your knees and your feet down on the mat, or your feet, not your knees, sorry, down on the mat. If you can, go ahead. If not, up with the legs helping, right? So you'll keep the other foot down. Use that leg, set it down. Once you get here, you continue to come over so your core can engage. Flex your feet and round over. Inhale, you come back down. Bend those knees. Tuck that pelvis. You stay rounded all the way through. Belly button in. Feet stay on the floor. Ribs stay down on the floor. Nod the chin. Imprint the spine. If you can't get up, bring one knee in. Use it to help you. Keep the other foot on the floor. Use that leg. Help you. Set it down. Flex and round over. Good morning, baby. Inhale back. Bend those knees. Scoop in. Roll down. Slow with control. One vertebrae at a time. All the way down. Again, utilizing that other knee if you want to. Rotate up. If you can keep the feet down, you continue through and go right ahead. Otherwise, use one leg. Help it to rock you up. Flex the feet at the top, giving yourself a nice stretch. Exhale. Inhale. Back down. Belly button into your spine. Roll through one vertebrae at a time, all the way down, articulating through. Nod the chin. Use the exhale. All the way up. Through. Flex. Let's stay up here. Stack it all the way up. Inhale. Good, and release. Okay, so I'm going to have you reverse back onto your hands and knees a little bit. We're going to finish up with a little plank series here that you can modify as needed. Feel free to either stay with one knee down on the floor and then just continue, or keep both knees down on the floor if you don't want to, okay? You all should be able to do this. Again, I'm going to flip my mat just a little bit to give my hands a little bit of a break in my high plank. You're going to start by finding your plank position in your shoulders. Take a nice inhale. And again, if you're not able to keep the plank here, you could be on fists. You could be on elbows here, but there's a little bit of a transition. So you might just want to wait for it and see. So you're going to press the one foot back, find your plank with that one foot, step the other foot back, find the plank. Now, you're going to keep your lower body nice and still. You're going to lift one foot off the floor. You're going to bend the knee and bring it in as far as you can, then reach it back and set it down. You're going to pick up the other foot, bend the knee in as far as you can, reach it back and set it down. Now this time when you pick up that first leg, you're going to bend the knee, bring it in. Now you're going to set that foot down. You're going to pick up the other leg, bend the knee to come in, set that foot down. You're going to go back to the first leg, reach it back, set that foot down. Pick up the other foot, reach it back, set it down. Bend both knees. Now from there, we're going to, instead of rounding back, I'm going to have you just shift back with the knees both lifted off the floor, but you could set the knees down and do what we just did, okay? So come back to your plank position. Take a nice inhale. Step those legs out to straight. Pick up one leg. Bring the knee in, reach it out. Set it down. Pick up the other leg. Bring the knee in, reach it out. Good. This time you're stepping in. Pick up the leg. Step in. Pick up the other leg. Step in. Go back to the first leg. Step out. Second leg. Step out. You're going to shift back, knees bend, press. Shift forward, back to plank. Lift the leg. Bend the knee. Press back. No movement in the pelvis. Other leg. Bend the knee. Press back. Step Stepping in, bend the knee, put it down. Stepping in, bend the knee, put it down. Stepping back, shift back, or knees down, shift forward. One more time, lift one leg, bend, press back. Lift the other leg, bend, press back. This is time to step. Lift the leg, bend in, step. Lift the other leg, bend in, step. Go back to the first leg, press it back. Second leg, press it back. Set your knees both down on the floor. Shell stretch, round it back, release the wrists. So while you're here, you can flip those hands if you want to, knuckles toward the floor, bring the wrists over. Good, bring it up around your spine, pull your belly button in, stack back up. From here, let's just shift one foot forward, it doesn't matter which one. You want it to come out a little further in front of you so that you're able to shift this hip back, or this hip forward, I should say. Good, and then just shift back and rotate that hip out behind you. Shift forward, hamstring stretch. I'm sorry, this is hip flexor. That's hamstring. So you're tucking that pelvis to come forward, pulling it back toward your glutes. One more, forward and back. Good, stack it up and we'll just switch legs, bring the other foot forward. Good, shift that hip. Good, this time try to keep that back nice and flat, push back. Shift forward, and then press back. Keep your neck long if you can. I was just pinching. Come forward. Shift back. One more time, come forward, and shift back. Good, and we can release. You can either sit down on your feet there on your knees, or you can sit however you're comfortable. One nice stretch up, inhale. One nice stretch out as wide as you can, exhale. And that's your Pilates mat class today. Thank you, girls.